What's going on, everyone? It's a new year, it's a new decade, it's a new everything. Yes, it is. How's it going, everyone? DylanLasagna here with a brand new DylanLasagna Live, the first one of 2020. Last time you saw me, it was December 31st of 2019. The last DylanLasagna Live of that year. Here we are. What is it? 2 days later, with another DylanLasagna Live, number 36. So we're well on our way to number 50. And I tell you, this year, despite all the stuff that's happening with YouTube, with Kappa, with all this channel suppression, pretty much everything negative that's gonna happen with YouTube, which we're still not sure of yet, I'm still hopeful that we continue to like grow, we continue to go up here on the channel. And one way to do that is just being here real with you guys, talking about a variety of different stuff each and every time that I'm here live. No one-liners, no niches, none of that stuff. It's something different every time that I'm on here. It may be the same like topic here and there, but I always want to try to vary it up, like each time that I want to be here. It's like I'm a variety channel for like so many reasons. But anyway, I digress. Welcome to another DylanLasagna. It's your boy. Today we're gonna be talking about I haven't talked about video games in a while. I haven't talked about the Switch, but I rarely even talk about the other companies. I rarely talk about PlayStation. So there's this thing called the PlayStation 5, which is supposed to come out this year. We already know about Xbox Scarlet and all that stuff, which was revealed at the Game Awards last month. To be honest, it still looks like a fridge. It seriously does look like a fridge. I don't know if it'll be able to run discs, or is it going to be digital only? But we'll wait and see on that. But our main focus today is the Switch and PlayStation 5. But you know what we have to do to start this show? We got to focus on this week's random tidbit. I have two of them for you to start today's show. One of them is just some general life advice, because we've had two holidays. We've had two holidays, and man, like I have some people that drink, the bubbly. They drink the bubbly, not the good kind of bubbly though. And they got a little rabid when they drink too much bubbly. And when you drink too much bubbly, bad things happen. Pretty much, long story short, if you don't know how to control yourselves, you get a bad hangover the next day, or even worse, you throw up, and you don't know what you're doing. You're like on the couch, your head hurts, and you pretty much wasted your time at said holiday party. It's like, and then people like have to deal with your messed up self because you drank too much of the bubbly. But anyway, just like, don't drink, kids. Don't drink the bubbly. Or just at least learn how to control yourselves drinking the bubbly. At least one person at the two holiday parties on Christmas and New Year's that I was at drank too much, and it was very chaotic. Second thing, there's this rumor going out around today. Yeah, rumors. It's like, what are we, TMZ now? There's this rumor going around that Red Dead Redemption 2 like maybe coming to the Nintendo Switch. I find that very hard to believe. like I saw this on Twitter when I woke up this morning, and it's like there's a listing on this site right here called Instant Gaming. It's like there's a listing right here, but I find this very hard to believe. It even has a box art on it. It's like it's a Red Dead Redemption. It's got info. It's got a release date of 2020. And then Nintendo Life also has an article up that contains a Nintendo Switch Pro control, like possible Nintendo Switch Pro controller support. But I also find that very hard to believe as well, because isn't Red Dead Redemption 2 a supposed like very graphically intensive game, or like a very technically intensive game? But either way, Rockstar would have brought Grand Theft Auto 5 by this point if like there's this potential listing for Red Dead Redemption 2 like out here in the open. But I highly doubt, unless there are bigger like gigabyte cartridges, which we're gonna get into later when we talk about the Switch. Unless if there's a bigger size capacity in Switch cartridges for this year, planned for this year, I don't see Red Dead Redemption 2 like coming to the Switch at all. Maybe 1, but I don't, not number 2. But either way, it's like if Rockstar wanted to put something out there, they should have put a Grand Theft Auto game by this point. It's like they could have at least put GTA 5 on here by now, but I don't know, they're slacking. They only put LA Noire, and that was kind of a boring slog fest to get through. And maybe it's not my cup of tea, but it was just boring to me. But they should have put like GTA, like at least one GTA game on here by now. But I don't know. It's like I have very big doubts about if Red Dead Redemption 2 can actually be on the Switch. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. It could be shown off in a direct, and my expectations for that will be boom. Oh shit. But anyway, those are your random tidbits of the week. Just don't drink the bubbly too much or at all. And some possible rumors or possibility of Red Dead Redemption 2 coming to the Nintendo Switch. But now let's get into the main meat of today's talk, the town, and that is the PlayStation 5. What do we know about the PlayStation 5? I haven't followed this too seriously, too heartedly, even though I grew up with PlayStation. But honestly, I haven't touched a PlayStation console since 2016, and pretty much ever since I got a Nintendo Switch. Okay, it's like the Switch has been my main console. But I digress. Like, what we know so far about it is that obviously it's gonna succeed the PlayStation 4, possibly this year. Obviously, hold on, before I get into that, I'm gonna give out the disclaimer here that the details I'm gonna give are just takes, and especially with tech specs, I'm not like a geek, tech geek. So it's like when you hear an AMD processor or a solid state slate drive, it's that's pretty much not my avenue. But anyway, let's get into what we know so far about the PlayStation 5. We all know the PlayStation 4 has been out for 6 years. The Pro came out 2016, I think. So 2020, it's gonna be year 7 for the PlayStation 4. So I think it's due time for a console upgrade. When was the last when was PlayStation 4 released? When the PlayStation 3 came out, so like 6 years. So I guess every 6 years you need a console like upgrade. So Sony confirmed like last year that they were working on a new console that was significantly different than the PlayStation 4. So obviously that's gonna be next gen. Some of the key facts that Mark Cerny, it's like he's a console designer for PlayStation. He spoke to Wired about the PlayStation 5. The most important one for me is that it's going to release in oh, am I lagging? Oh, my bad, y'all. My camera is lagging. Hold on. All right. Well, my thing is being booty, so that sucks. But anyway, I'm gonna keep going here. So let's see what's going on with this thing. I'm gonna have to keep going with this, but whatever. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but we're gonna have to keep going here. So sorry for no face cam. Technical difficulties often happen here on the show. I blame my damn PC on here. But anyway, I'm looking at. Anyway, I don't know. I'm so mad right now. like, what was I saying? I think the most important thing that is on this spec sheet, or this key fact sheet, was the PlayStation 5 is going to release like this year in 2020, like during the holidays. So for a fact, your boy is saving up that dough to get that PlayStation 5, along with some other stuff that I'm trying to save up for. So I'm trying to save up for like a lot of stuff here, you guys. But PlayStation 5 is one of them. Price point is something that we're gonna have to wait and see on. But there's some conflicting articles here that they're pointing towards $500. So, that's interesting. Like, I guess because of like the specs that we're gonna look at, maybe the specs that we're gonna see point towards it being $500. So here are the reported specs. It's an 8-core AMD chipset. The only experience I have with AMD is obviously my Ryzen processor on my computer. You have an SSD storage system. All I know about SSDs are that they're pretty fast when it comes to running your computer. Backwards compatibility with the PlayStation 4 and PSVR. So if you can play PlayStation 4 games on the PS5, well, you can expect me to play like all my PS4 games like for you guys on stream when I get the PlayStation 5. There are also conflicting reports that it would also support like backwards compatibility for like the older Sony consoles, like the PlayStation 3, PlayStation 2 and all that. But Mark Cerny shut down those rumors. But I would still be all in for the like having like all platform support, backwards compatibility support. Oh, well, there I am again. I'm like, what the hell happened? Let's bring me back in here. I'm wondering what the hell happened. Well, hopefully no more issues with the face cam today. Alright. Oh, there's more issues. Okay. All right, whatever. We're gonna keep going here. 3D audio. How exactly does 3D audio work in like a movie theater? Oh, in a movie theater. But I don't know. I'm not sure how that works. But anyway, you also had 8K TV support. I mean, aren't we on like 4K already? Isn't 4K enough? It's like, what do you people want? It's like 8K TV support. So are we gonna get like as if like the movie is like real enough? Now you can be actually part of the movie. So it's like, what's the end game here? What is the end game? But it's crazy. It's crazy, we're in 2020. We're about like we hit the 4K mark, like when it comes to technology. But damn. We also have the design and controller, like the design of the controller. I don't know. When it comes to the design of the console and the controller, I'm more reserved on that. I want to see what it actually looks like. I don't want to hear anything about like these mock-ups of the console and the controller. So I want to see what it looks like for myself. Games, you obviously have the PS4 games that are backwards compatible. But we want to know like what's going to be specifically for the PlayStation 5. We obviously have third-party stuff like we heard from the Game Awards, like Watch Dogs Legion, Godfall, Gods and Monsters. But there could also be some first-party stuff that is like currently slated to release for PlayStation 4, like The Last of Us Part 2, maybe even some previously released titles that could be remastered, like God of War. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens there in that department. And personally, I'm just excited. I'm really excited to get another PlayStation console. You know, now there's still some good exclusives like that I can't get on the Switch, like Uncharted, Last of Us. There's that last known Ratchet and Clank game that I still have yet to play. There's also God of War and Marvel's Spider-Man, and I heard great things about Spider-Man on there. I still want to play that. That being said, I'm eager to get the PlayStation 5 and know more about it first. I could care less about the specs and all that, but we'll see what the year holds for PlayStation. You know, I know I've been more focused on the Switch because that's all been able to play, but PlayStation 5, we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, now let's talk about the Nintendo Switch. All right, boys, here we go. There, I'm gonna switch it to that. Get rid of that. All right. Let's switch it so it'll be more appeasing. All right. I do apologize for technical difficulties with the face cam. It's ass. It's really ass. But anyway, the Nintendo Switch. I honestly thought it had a much better year in 2019 than it did in 2018. I think 2018 can be described as like that second year that an NFL rookie like has. It could either be like one of those great years that they really break out, or it can be like one of those gap years where they're just like, oh, we're gonna like wait till our third year to see if whether or not we really want to break out. So I feel like it was that gap year that Nintendo Switch took. So the third year, it was a bit of up and down. I'm going to start with the downers first because I don't want to end the stream by being a downer like it did with the Tuesday stream. So negatives first. Obviously Nintendo Switch Online, there's been little to no changes after year one, and there better be some changes going to year two. Otherwise more people are gonna unsubscribe, but you never know. There's always some sheep shilling to the service. Servers are still bad as hell. I've heard from some people that Smash servers are really bad. I've experienced the Smash servers during my trial run, and it's very unplayable. I'm not sure how the Mario Maker servers are now. If they ever updated it, I don't know if it's still really bad. But I don't know. Those are like the prime examples for the online servers being just, I don't know, very terrible. Very terrible. The classic game collection, they just need to bring back the virtual console. It's like they're barely even adding like games anymore. It's like even they introduced Super NES games, Super Nintendo games, but it's like have they even added a game since like they introduced it to the service in September 2019? Did they? I mean, seriously. And then it's like every imaginable licensed NES game has been added to the service, but it's just like this has been the only incentive that people have used to defend themselves towards selling out to Nintendo Switch Online. You also have the cloud saves not working for all games still because Nintendo is scared of people cheating on Splatoon 2 and other online games. We still don't have the native chat support that is badly needed. And for those of you that are saying, "Oh, like all the kiddies out there, oh screw the," well, first of all, the kiddies can use the mute button. They're smart enough to do that now, especially considering the new generation is playing Fortnite with like older people that are cussing like to the bone, and even kids are doing it nowadays. So I'm starting to question if we ever will get that native voice chat support. Special offers. They're highway robbery, man. The NES controllers are still expensive, although I will admit, they were priced half off during the holiday season for Switch Online members, so that's a positive, I guess. I guess they only gave away one NES controller. They only priced one NES controller for like what, $40 each, so that's kind of iffy. Remember that game voucher deal that they did back in around time Super Mario Maker 2 came out? Yeah, that was a bust. Buy one get one 20% off when the games were like $100. Two games were like $100. Yeah, that should have been like, if you really wanted to dedicate your loyalty to Nintendo, it should have been buy one get one free. But anyway, that was the Nintendo Switch Online service. The eShop needs some serious work because that game is, or that place is still buried with mobile ports, and I don't know, it feels like I just want to like hurry up and get out of there because it needs some music, you know. I feel like it needs some music. eShop feels hollow, along with the home screen, which feels hollow in and of itself. I don't know, black and white, it just feels like too bland, you know. I kind of want themes now. Another downside is that I guess it can point back to Red Dead Redemption 2, like the Red Dead Redemption 2 rumor. Games and game collections still not coming in as an all-in-one package in 2019. What I mean by that is, like, you know how there's like these Resident Evil collections and these remake collections, or yeah, all those collections, but it's like one game's either in the cart and you have to download the rest, or it's like one game's in the cart and then they give you a download code on a piece of paper, and then you can download the rest. It's pretty stupid. It is pretty stupid. Hold on here. It's still frozen, huh? My pretty face still won't show up. Oh, look at that. That's sexy. But, dang. But anyway, you had the Resident Evil games that came out this year. Spyro Reignited. I bought that game on Black Friday, but I haven't played it yet because I don't know if I want to play it. Because, well, one, it's like, I don't know if I want to keep it physically because one game is on the cart, but the other two you have to download as part of an update. And I keep hearing that long term, even though you keep the update, it's like if the server shut down, it's just like you lose the games. Like when the Nintendo servers shut down forever, like eventually. So it's like, well, what do? Do I keep the cart, or do I like download it? So it's like, I'm confused. You also had the Assassin's Creed Rebel Collection, which was like Assassin's Creed 4 was on the cart, but then Rebel was on the eShop. It's like as part of an update. So now everything was on the cart again. Yet all those three that I mentioned were all shit to bed when The Witcher 3 physically had everything on one cart. What the hell? So hopefully in 2020, every game company needs to stop being a Mr. Krabs. Activision, Capcom, EA, get a bigger cartridge and put everything on there, please. This is ridiculous. You're making people eat up space on the Switch and on their SD cards. Why make us suffer? But on a positive note, you obviously had the games. There were like a lot more games that came out than 2018. You had Luigi's Mansion 3. You had Astral Chain. You had Link's Awakening, Ring Fit Adventure, Mario Maker 2, Fire Emblem 3 Houses. That was on the first party side. I'm not sure if there were more. Oh yeah, Yoshi's Crafted World. I always forget about that game because it's like always left in dust. Third party wise, you obviously had the Resident Evil stuff, Spyro Reignited, Assassin's Creed Rebel Collection, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, Witcher 3, Crash Team Racing, my game of the year, because it's like one of the only games I bought last year. NBA 2K20, Trials Rising, Mortal Kombat 11. I already mentioned The Witcher, and there's a bunch more out there. Now, were all the games that I just mentioned and a bunch more out there good games? Well, that's up to you to decide. But certainly a lot more offerings. Then you also had the Switch Lite. Certainly a hot item. I actually went to Target today when I was doing my groceries. Got a chance to check it out, and it's pretty light. It's like, no way does this fit in my hand whatsoever. It's pretty light, if you put it that way. So, I mean, it is for most people that play handheld anyway, but I don't know. It's just not for me. But clearly still a successful year for the Switch. But there are still plenty of questions to answer going to 2020. That being one of them. The games, like what are we gonna learn about the games currently in development? One of them that's coming out in March is Animal Crossing New Horizons. So like there was a lot of details that were revealed at E3 last year and in September with the Direct. Like, this thing comes out in 2 months. What else do we need to know about this game? Now, I haven't played an Animal Crossing game at all, but maybe New Horizons like changes that. I said that like with Luigi's Mansion. I've said that with Mario Maker 2, but yeah, I've yet to pick those up. And what am I doing with my life? So we'll see with Animal Crossing what they decide to offer. Also, same question: the Breath of the Wild sequel. Are they gonna release that this year? Are they gonna even talk about it this year? I know Nintendo is eager to share that stuff, but it depends on them if they want to talk about it. Breath of the Wild came out like 2017, and it's gonna be 3 years since it came out. So I don't know, when are they gonna it's depends when they want to talk about it. It's on them when they want to talk about it. What about Bayonetta? It's like they haven't talked about Bayonetta for like 2 years, ever since it was revealed at the Game Awards. It's like not even a single peep was said about this game. So it's like they need to say something this year before people really stop caring about this. I honestly keep forgetting that Bayonetta 3 exists. And I don't want to feel that way, but at the same time, it's like we need to know at least something about this game. So moving forward from that, it's like, what new games are going to be revealed for this year? The only known title from Nintendo is Animal Crossing. It's like, other than that, everything feels empty for 2020 for the Nintendo Switch. All we have is a third-party title in Doom and Turtle. Even the third-party side feels empty. It's like, what third-party games are coming to the Switch? Now, there's this, like, rumor, more rumors that you need to take a grain of salt with. That Nintendo hopes to start using 64 gigabyte cartridges this year in hopes to gain more third-party support. But if they do start using it, hopefully, like, more companies will start to realize that they have to stop half-assing their ports. And hopefully we get more games like GTA. We might get that Red Dead Redemption port. What other games that are not Call of Duty? Maybe even Battlefield if EA even wants to support the Switch. But yeah, hopefully, like, the bigger cartridges like come this year, but who knows? Like, I'll believe it when I see it. And then it will also remove the internet download requirement, like, or the download code paper things with these kind of games. But going back to first party, it's just like, what does Nintendo have up their sleeve? You know, what do they have up their sleeve? And you know, that's what I'm always intrigued to see. And my final question has to be, like, should they even consider making a pro version, considering that PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series S are slated to release this holiday? Like, I know we're just coming off the holiday season, but I understand that Nintendo doesn't want, like, just came out with the Switch 3 years ago, and now they just had the Switch Lite. But it's like, I mean, the Switch is still very, like, I don't want to say underpowered, but it could use more. But maybe, like, in 2 years they could make another Switch, or like another more powerful console. But I don't know. I don't think they should. Maybe, like, they can continue to invest in the resources to make a more hybrid console, more next gen, and hopefully they can add, like, those basic online features in there as well. But whether you play a Switch or a PlayStation 5 this year, I don't know, this is gonna be the year for those consoles. This year for those consoles are gonna be very intriguing. I'm, like, very excited to hear what the PlayStation 5 is going to be officially like. I'm interested to see what games for the Switch are going to be out there, when the next Nintendo Direct is, and all that good stuff in 2020. Video gaming in 2020 is going to be, like, interesting to say the least. Hopefully I just have the money for it. But anyway, that's gonna do it for today. I do apologize for the technical difficulties. I don't know, every time I want to stream, like, with like this face cam with my actual good camera, it never works out. So I'm sad. I'm really sad. But anyway, I hope to have these technical difficulties resolved. Sorry that the first episode this year started out this way. And at this point on my end, my fault. Hopefully we resolve it for next week's show on Thursday. These Thursday shows are not going to be a permanent thing. the next Friday and next Friday, it's just like a bunch of adulting stuff that I have to take care of. So the show's not gonna be on Thursdays for next 2 weeks. But anyway, thank you all for joining me despite my technical difficulties, and I thank you all for understanding it. If you want to engage in these kind of conversations, join me normally on Fridays, but I hope you stick around for next week's show on Thursday, 4:30 California time, and make sure you do all that good stuff with liking, subscribing, everything related to me. And you know what? I hope you all have a happy new year and always be delicious. And I will see you all next time, next week, whether that's in a video or on the next Dylan Lasagna Live. And you know what? Hold on, let me get this ready. Hopefully I can see your faces one more time. No, I guess not. Alright, everyone. Take care. I'm out.